Good morning students. Today I am again in the science video of class 8 for the chapter crop production. In my previous videos you have studied that what is agriculture, what is crop, what are different types of crop, what measures we have to follow or what steps we have to follow for good crop production. In the same topic we are going to discuss further about manuring. In methods of crop production we have already studied in our previous video about preparation of soil and seed selection and sowing. Now the third point of the topic is manuring. As we know, different types of nutrients are required by our body for our good growth. Similarly, plants require also different type of nutrients for their growth. But these nutrients are absorbed by the plants day by day. They will be the deficiency of these nutrients occurs in the soil. How this deficiency will be fulfilled? So in this video we will study how the deficiency of different nutrients are fulfilled in the soil. So the topic is here methods of replenishment of nutrients in the soil. In this way the first method is field fallow. This is a method in which we left our field for one or more season. When we left our field for one or more season, then a lot of organic matter, animal wastage, dead plants are collected here, and by the action of microbes and other bacteria present in the soil, they change it into humus and the soil replenishes its nutrients. So by this method, soil can also complete their replacement of nutrients. Now the next topic is crop rotation. It is a method in which different crops are growing in the same field in rotation. As we know, rice and wheat, both of the crops require more amount of nitrogen for their growth. But between these two crops, we are also planting some leguminous plant. Leguminous plant, first I want to discuss you such type of plants that contain rhizobium bacteria in their roots are known as leguminous crops. So leguminous plants we are planting between these two crops. These leguminous plants are very helpful that convert the nitrogen present in air or in soil into nitrogenous compound. So it is also a method by which the soil replenishment its nutrients. Now the third method is mixed cropping. In this method, two or more crops are grown in the same field at the same time. For example, some leguminous crop like peas or pulses are grown with the wheat, so that if the wheat require more amount of nitrogen and the soil has not present sufficient amount of nitrogen, then this deficiency of nitrogen is fulfilled by the leguminous plants. So this is also a method by which the soil replenishment its nutrients. Now the fourth method is adding manure. But before going to learn what is adding manure or what is this process, we have to know about the manure. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of animal waste like cow dung, human waste and plants residue, which supply essential elements and humus to the soil, which make it more fertile. Okay. Now there are different types of manures. The very first is animal manure. It consists of animal wastage only, like cow dung, animal excreta, etc. Second is human manure, that is made up of human excreta and urine, etc. The third is green manure. It consists of vegetable peels and a lot of green plants, etc. Now the fourth is compost. Compost is the manure obtained by decomposition of dead plants and animal waste. We prepare compost by keeping these all things like dead plants and animals in a pit and buried under the soil. Now the layers of soil provide a warmth, and the bacteria and fungi that are inside the soil changes it into compost with the passage of time. So by this method we are preparing manure, and this manure is very helpful for the replenishment of nutrients in the soil. Now the next topic is Fifth topic of methods of replenishment of nutrients in soil is adding fertilizers. What is fertilizer? Fertilizer are man-made chemical substances that contain one or more nutrients essential for plant growth. The most commonly used fertilizer is NPK fertilizer, N for nitrogen, P for phosphorus, and K potassium salt. This fertilizer is mostly used in the different fields and in different parts of our country. Now, what are the benefits of fertilizers? What are the benefits of fertilizers? There are two benefits of fertilizer. First, fertilizers are very easy to store and handle, while compost and manure are not very easy to store and handle. Second, compost are not directly soluble in water, but the fertilizers are soluble in water, and when they are soluble in water, they are easily absorbed by the plants and increase the growth of plants. So, a lot of persons are using in comparison of manure and compost, fertilizers are using widely in our country. Now, one more topic we have to cover in this video, the difference between the manure and fertilizer. So, we have to look here. Now, difference between manures and fertilizers. Manures, they are natural organic substance that is made by nature, but these are inorganic salts made by humans. The first difference is these are the natural organic substance, but these are inorganic salts made by humans. The second thing, manures are prepared in fields or in open places, but the fertilizers are prepared in factories or laboratories. The third thing, manures are slowly absorbed by the plants. Why? Because they are not soluble in water. But the fertilizers are fastly absorbed by the plants because they are very easily soluble in water. The fourth difference is manures are easy to store and handle. Manures are not easy to store and handle as fertilizers because they are taking a lot of space and they also taking a lot of time to change in manure or compost. But fertilizers are easy to store and handle. They can easily store in packets and different type of containers. Now, the next difference is manures. It is as we know, it is the natural organic substance, so it is rich in humus, but not in inorganic nutrients like potassium, phosphorus, and etc. and nitrogen also. But what about fertilizers? They are rich in inorganic nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, but they do not contain humus like manures. So these are the differences between the manures and fertilizers. This is very necessary, and you have to always to keep it in mind. What are the difference between manures and fertilizer? By the point of view of exam, it is also very necessary. So you have to memorize it also. Now these are the difference. Now in my next video we will learn about irrigation. Thank you.